All right, good morning, America. Good morning, my wired differently friends. Good morning, good morning, good morning. As I get my camera set up here, I just wanted to tell you how important it is that I continue to go on this journey with you every morning. I thought I'd shake my look up a little bit and give you my, I don't know, for some reason I feel a little bit like the AC/DC lead singer right now, right? And so I'm not gonna rock and roll you this morning, but I'm definitely gonna roll you some. I'm gonna get you on a roll. I want you to understand that you're wired differently. I'm wired differently. And we're just different, right? We do things differently. We think differently. We get up differently. We go to bed differently. We try differently. We work differently. We cry differently. We win differently. We lose differently. We do things differently. We are made in God's image, right? And He has programmed us to have all these things of abundance, right? And so we're not going to do things like the rest of the world. And I want to encourage you to continue to do that. And one of the things we're going to talk about today is your dreams, right? Your dreams. And your dreams are very important. But the quote I have on the beginning of the morning is, dreams are not for practical people. Dreams, get that in your head right now, my successionaires. Dreams are not for practical people. And we're talking about this whole series right now, Manifest That. Manifest That. And I think it's really, really important that you're called to continue to understand this idea of manifesting. Manifesting is really the word, or wired differently thinking is code for manifestation. But we basically add in God to our manifestation process, right? So we had a formula we talked about yesterday. YW plus U equals your will be done. YWBD. But the wired differently, your will be done, is YW plus U plus GW equals wired differently, will be done. So I want you to understand what this whole manifestation thing is all about. I mean, it's real. You know, it's real. I know that when I was a younger man, I thought about things. Hey, good morning, Jason. Yeah, buddy. Love it. Jason's always fired up, man. So listen, I know it's early, but I want you to understand, this is how we get up. I know it hurts a little bit the first time you're rolling around, but man, we got to get going. Nothing gets done. Nothing gets done until we get going, right? So I wanted to talk to you about this manifestation thing, right? And when I was a younger man, I really kind of thought some of this stuff was hokey pokey, and I heard some things of it. But what I really didn't understand as I was growing up is my father was teaching me how to manifest. And I don't even know that he was doing it purposely. I think he was doing it because that's how he was wired differently. And so he wired me to will things done in my life. He wired me to be that person through football, through work, through actions, through the things I wanted in life. And I love my father to this day. Matter of fact, God willing, we're making this movie, The Tiger in Us, and it's going to be about him, a leader and a builder of men, and I'm so excited about that. But the point of the matter is he was the original wired differently dude to me. He didn't know he's wired differently. He didn't know he was like prognosticating and willing things done, but I saw it in my own eyes as a little boy. As I started to gather things in life and become successful in life and do things in life, I realized that there was something different about me. And so that was the quest of wired differently. What was different? And so before I started reading Napoleon Hill and even studying some Tony Robbins and Zig Ziglar and Billy Graham and any of these proficient leaders, Daniel Amen, all these, I literally was writing about what I had been taught through my father's eyes and his actions. And so this series, I want you to understand, manifestation is real. Now, you can call it whatever you want. We call it thinking wired different. We call it actualizing our mind and our thoughts. We call it dropping things into our subconscious. We call it all those things, but it is all under that umbrella of manifestation. I'm not inventing this stuff. I mean, listen, it's been going on hundreds and hundreds of years. So what I wanted to go over with you is the wired differently manifestation 6 Ds, the 6 Ds. And the first one we kind of dropped in yesterday was dream it. So I just want you to lay these out. Jason, if you wanted to, man, you could lay these out on the screen for us. The first one, buddy, is dream it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So Jason, if you don't mind, just type dream it in there for us. The second one is design it. Design it. I'm sorry. The first one is dream it. The second one is determine it. Determine it. The third D in our manifestation rules is to draw it, right? And the fourth one is to deposit it. The fifth one is to deposit it. And then the sixth one is devote to it. So we've got dream it, determine it, design it, draw it, deposit it, and devote it. Dream it, determine it, design it, draw it, deposit, devote it, right? Dream it, determine it, design it, draw it, deposit it, devote it, right? And so those are the things I want you to understand. So, and if we take these 6 steps, we are going to be manifesting our nouns, our things in our life, because we know our thoughts become things. Write that one down too. Our thoughts become things, right? And meditation and prayer makes you a permanent magnet for these things. So we want to make sure that all those things are in our purview. We know what we're doing, and we're going to go back to the Wired Differently mindset. This Wired Differently mindset is this idea of manifesting wired differently processes, and those processes are the 6 Ds. We dream it, we determine it, we design it, we draw it, we deposit it, and we devote to it. So today, I just want to really hone in on that very first D. It's early in the morning. Dreams are not for practical people. Dreams are not for practical people. So when you're in your first stage of being wired differently, and you're coming up and you're saying, my first D, I got a dream. What do I want? What do I want? We know the key to everything in life, everything is successful on this earth, in this world that we want in our life, our entrepreneurial life, our business life, is we have to know what we want. The most successful people in the world know exactly what they want, and they will it to happen. So don't get me wrong here. We cannot go, right, to the actualization phase until we know what we want. And when we know what we want, that's our dream sequence. What do we want? Let's dream of something that we want. Now, I want to preface the word dream. I want you to understand, when I say dream, I mean dream. Dream. Take the gloves off. Don't think Jason. Don't think Richard. Don't think Jay. Don't Shane, Heather. Don't, everybody out here, don't think about what you can do. Don't think about what your resources are giving you that you can accomplish today. Don't think about what's possible, right? We need to think about what we want. Because when we start thinking about what's possible, it's not a dream. When we start thinking about what we have the resources for, it's not really a dream. It's just an idea. I think I can do this thing. It's not really a dream, because what we want to do is manifest things that are beyond us. It's not, it's something just a little more, right? So I want you to dream. And when I say dreams are not for practical people, I mean dreams, my type of dreams, these manifestation dreams are really not for practical people, because practical people are those people, and I love practical people. I'm married to one, so come on now, somebody. Dreams it's funny because I got to tell a story. So I was preaching this one time, and I was telling the story one time. I said, dreams are not for practical people. And I slammed a book down, and I was practicing in the house, and something, my wife looked at me, my little 7-year-old grandson looked at me, and she says, Papa? You said Nana's not a practical person and she can't have dreams? I had to walk that one back. I said, no, sailor grandson. Listen. Nana has dreams. She dreams about you, and she dreams about all the grandkids, and she dreams about happiness. She dreams about not having to do taxes. She dreams about not having to go into Pacer with us, and she dreams about getting on the yacht with me, and she dreams about Christmas. She loves Christmas. She loves Santa Claus. Sailor, she dreams about all those good things. But what I'm trying to say is, well, yes, Nana has dreams too. But what I'm trying to tell you that aren't 7 years old is that I want to preface this idea of a dream for you that's beyond you, right? So I want to couch, dreams are not for practical people. I don't want you to be practical when you're dreaming, right? So when we're putting our wired or differently mindset together, and we're putting our wired differently manifestation special mindset together, just allow yourself to slip away a little bit. And just dream about that business, Jason. Jay, just dream about that house that you just bought and this career that you're building, right? Just dream about your marriage and what it could be and where you could go. Just dream about the relationships that are making you who you are. Just dream about how good they could be. How, matter of fact, how good you want them to be. Dream. I mean, really don't take the money gloves off. Take the repression gloves off. Take the society rules off for a moment and just let it rip, potato chip. Dream about it. That's all I want you to do today. Right? I want you to get outside of being practical. I want you to get outside of looking at your bank account. I want you to get outside of figuring out all the things that are going wrong with your company. I'm coaching several people. And, we start this way. We have to, because you don't need a coach if you don't know where you're going to go. Right? Remember yesterday we talked about Kobe Bryant? He had plenty of coaches in his life. And I'm not a big basketball fan, but I do love true good stories. And I just want to reside this story back into your subconscious. Kobe Bryant was arguably one of the greatest basketball players to ever walk the planet, and he perished in a helicopter accident. It was a very sad story. He died at a young age, but even at a younger age, when he was 18 years old, a news reporter asked him, Kobe, what do you want in life? Just a random question. And he, with no pause at all, he looked right at the camera and said, I'm going to be the best basketball player the world has ever known. At 18. Now, that's not a practical dream. But he didn't couch it by saying, I'm going to be the best basketball player on the team. I'm going to be the best basketball player in the league. I'm going to be the best basketball player in the county, the state, the nation. He said, in the world has ever seen. And so there is an absolute freedom to knowing what you want. There's an absolute freedom to dreaming bigger than what's normally possible. There's an absolute blissness in that. Because maybe you know statistically or probably that's not going to happen, but you know that's what you want. And so from the point of knowing what you want, from the point of knowing what your dream is for what you want, then your decisions are easy. Kobe Bryant, if you're Kobe Bryant and you know you want to be the greatest basketball player to ever live, and you're 18 years old and you're thick on that, you're fired up, you're ferocious on that, every decision that you make in your life is really made already. Because you've already created this dream, this want, and you're going after it, and you're manifesting it, and you're pointing all your superpowers and your lasers at that dream, right? We know that the North Star of our habits is our identity, and he was doing that. And so every decision he made, hey, Kobe, what are you going to have for breakfast? You're going to have a Snickers bar, or are you going to have some broccoli and white eggs? Oh, that's easy, broccoli and white eggs. Hey, Kobe, are we going to go out tonight and party, or are we going to stay at the gym an extra hour and work on our free throws? That's easy. We're going to stay at the gym. Hey, Kobe, are we gonna go to church and work on our spiritual side of things, or are we going to go out and play at the movie theaters and hang out and go chase girls? Oh, that's easy. I'm going to go worship. Right? Hey, Kobe, are we going to do this, which is really good, or are we going to do this, which is really bad? Every decision was hinged on exactly what was going to take him to his North Star, which was his identity, which was to become the greatest basketball player to ever walk the planet. And Kobe is no different than you. Kobe is no better than you. Elon Musk is no better than you, right? Jeff Bezos is no better than you, right? None of these successionaires out there in the world that have aspired to things that we look at and tend to worship as human beings are any better than you. You are a successionaire. Your plan, your North Star, your habit, your identity is just your dream. It's just as important as going to Mars. Because dreams are not for practical people. We're wired differently. All right. Until tomorrow. Remember, manifest that. Here we go. We're going to dream it. We're going to determine it tomorrow. We're going to design it. We're going to draw it. We're going to deposit it. We're going to devote it. Dream it. Determine it. Design it. Draw it. Deposit it. Devote to it. This is the secret. This is just the 6 steps to getting the things that you want in this world and being wired differently and manifesting. This is a real thing. We're going to throw these 2 principles, the law of attraction and the law of action. We're going to pull it all together in these 6 Ds. So listen, man, I'm going to bring it down just a little bit and tell you how much I appreciate everything everybody's doing. I just tell you how much I appreciate everything that's firing in my life right now. And I pray for this group every morning. I'm up at 4. I'm doing my meditation, my prayers. I'm creating videos. I'm doing the reps. I'm literally by 8 o'clock, half of my day is done. And the bulk of it is, over you guys. So I hope you're winning and you're feeding off of these feeds, because I'm winning and I'm feeding off of you. You all inspire me. And so I just want to remind you that our thoughts become things. Our thoughts literally become nouns. And these 6 Ds are going to shape your nouns. They're going to shape your things. They're going to shape your life. We're going to do it together. All right. It was a great morning. I really appreciate you, Successionaires. Everybody is better with a coach. Kobe Bryant was better with a coach. I'm much better with a coach. I've been able to manifest and do things in my life because of my father and other coaches. You need a coach, right? I don't care who it is. If it's your wife, it's your teacher, it's your counselor, it's your preacher. You need a coach. And it's okay. It's okay to admit that you don't understand a few things. Matter of fact, that's the beginning to being knowledgeable in this world, right? And so we want to start with be, do, and think differently. Let yourself be, do, and think differently, right? Let's do this thing called life wired differently. Dreams are not for practical people. You're wired differently, right? You are not practical starting right now. All right, let's get it on. I just adore you guys. Thank you so much. Let's have a great day. Until tomorrow.